Welcome, folks, to Cats and Conspiracies. It's your man here, uh, bringing you the hidden gems and basically anything I find that I think may be worthy of watching or that I can rant about. So both ends of the scale there. But a real random one I want to rant about right now, before I mention this film up here, is who's heard. Look at the name of the page, Cats and Conspiracies. You know what I like. Who has heard of the Adrenochrome conspiracy? Okay, if you haven't heard of this one, I'll be surprised if you haven't. But this is the theory that these lunatic, high flying, high powered celebs do this thing where they extract from the adrenal gland of children um, adrenochrome, a liquid, whatever it is, that they use to keep themselves young, or they believe it keeps them young, or gives them everlasting life, or whatever it is. Now, this theory has been around for a long time. And if you know a little bit about the theory, it goes that this gland, or whatever it is located behind the eye. It's located somewhere behind your eye. And in order to extract it, they use a really thin needle to go in and extract it from behind the eye. Also, it is rumored that the more terrified the child is, the better this product is. Yeah, pretty messed up stuff, right? But I'm sure you guys have heard of it. Just one of the other things which is helping to put us off so-called celebrities, and they all seem to be letting themselves down a lot now in a big way. So who knows, maybe this is going to come out. But if you know anything about this stuff, you know that they will generally hide these ideas inside their films, and I can't work out, maybe they are just so arrogant, they're so impressed with themselves that they feel they almost have to give us little hints of what it is they're doing. A bit like a child when they know something, or when somebody knows something and you don't know, they almost can't help themselves but tell you. And I think that's what these celebs do. And I have seen a lot of films where there's a little bit of an allegory for this going on. And the more I learned about this stuff, the more I heard about it, the more obvious these films became to spot, and the harder I found to watch them. You remember, I remember. It wasn't that long ago where I saw one which I didn't think the film was good at all, didn't like it. It was called Doctor Sleep, and it was supposed to be some kind of connection to The Shining. Very poor connection, if there is one. I think the same hotel is briefly featured in it. I think that's about it. Um, but part of the storyline of Doctor Sleep was you had these hundreds of year old group, these people that went around, and guess what they did? They kidnapped children. I actually found this. I don't often use this word, but I almost found this film offensive in the fact that it was literally spitting in the face of anyone who was perhaps trying to suggest that that's what these celebs do, and for them to go, "Ah, you're a conspiracy theorist." No, there's no way. No, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that. And then for them to bring out a film where the characters in it literally kidnap these children, and in the scene that I can remember, which I just found, and I'm not saying children should be um, off limits in films. I'm not saying that at all. But if you're going to start doing, if you're going to start hurting children, you need to be able to pay that off. That's that. There has to be a payoff for that. And I found it kind of exploitative. I didn't like it at all. And in the scene, she's got the kid like pinned to the ground and like obviously terrified. And the kid says, "Are you going to hurt me?" And she goes, "Yes." And she like enjoys it. And then she like stabs the kid in the leg. And then they kind of like start sucking this like mist that comes out of the children out of them. And then they store it in a little bottle for like later as well. And I was just blown away by this. And I'm just like, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of these celebs rubbing this stuff in our face. And that was just one. And there's a few others that I've seen that come to mind as well, actually. Let me just show you. this one while I think of it. Let me just move. Let me just like that. Just move myself out of the way. Now, if you've ever heard of this one, this is a little bit of a random one. This one, it's called Vile. Okay, it's a little bit of a play on words there. I'll just show you a little bit of this trailer. I don't want to show you too much. I'm going to give spoilers away anyway because it's the point of my rant. So in this film, vile is kind of a double meaning because it is pretty vile what is going on in this film. But also, we have these strangers. There you go in the trailer. You can see it there. They awake to have these like vile things in the back of their head, back of their neck, and they're trapped in a room. It's a little bit like Saw, but what they've got to do, there's the vile there. What they've got to do in order to escape this room is they have to fill these jars, these vials. They have to fill these vials with the liquid that is inside their brains. And the way they do that is they have to hurt themselves in order for these things to fill up. And they have to hurt themselves a lot and hurt each other in order to fill these jars up. And when these vile things reach 100%, they kind of put their head back against this door, which takes the vial off and then releases them out of there. And spoilers, at one point in the film, what actually happens is a guy in there reveals what's going on, and that it's these, once again, these powerful people, these elites. They take this fluid and they turn it into, you see, like she opens up, I think you see someone selling this product, sells it to this guy, and he opens up, it looks like a silver little briefcase type thing, and inside it is a couple of tablets which are made out of this product that they remove from people's head, which is caused by them hurting themselves. And who knows what this tablet does when you take it. Obviously amazing things for these people, keeps them young, who knows. But that's one of the other films that came to mind. Now, when I think about this, there's quite a few films that I think of that kind of come to mind. Even The Dark Crystal. If you guys may be too young to know that, one of my favorites actually. It's kind of hard to watch now when I know about this stuff, but yeah, one of my childhood favorites. I was raised on this film, which probably explains a lot. The Dark Crystal, great film. The Jim Henson production, 2 years to make, all puppetry work. It is incredible. And Jim Henson actually said he didn't think that films should always be safe for children. He said he believed they should be a bit scary. And although it never really scared me, there was a couple of jump scares in it. It never really scared me. I loved it, and the music in it is awesome. The creature design is incredible. But in The Dark Crystal, you have the whole person, the whole being, kind of split in half. So you had pure evil, pure good, and the evil Skeksis would kidnap these kind of young humanoids called gelflings and podlings, and they would make them stare into the Dark Crystal, a reflection of the Dark Crystal, which would, as the Skeksis put it, make their essence come out of them, and they would drink their essence. Drink their essence! If you've ever seen The Dark Crystal, you know what impression I'm doing there. Amazing film. But yeah, looking back at it now, the Skeksis would drink the essence of the Gelflings and the Podlings to make themselves young. And it's like, how obvious do you guys want to make it? So who remembers this one? If I can, no, I'm having a bit of a mare here. Hold on. There we go. Let's move myself. All over the place. Who remembers this scene? Obviously, this is just from Monsters Inc. But again, I just struggle to watch this stuff now when I see it through different eyes. Now, I mean, if that isn't scary enough, the child can clearly see she's terrified, being strapped into this device. And what is it that this device does? Let's have a look. Let's switch it on. It's the scream extractor. Now, tell me that is not scary. Tell me that is not like an allegory for what's going on here. They're once again terrifying the children, and they're extracting a product out of them, which they use, for their fuel or for their power. And in this case, it was screams. But I remember when I watched this, for the first time, I didn't really think anything of it. And when I kind of came back and saw it through different eyes, yeah, it's just too close to home now. I just find it just too close to home when I see things like that. So yeah, that's just another one that comes to mind. So this brings me quite neatly onto. Hold on a second. Let me just pause that. There we go. We're all over the place today. Right. As you can see, the technical wizardry of myself is second to none. Absolutely incredible. So this film is called The Home. I'm not going to show you too much. I'll just show you a little bit of the trailer, just so you can get an idea of the setting. So we've got our main character here, who is doing like community service, and he gets sent by his foster family to go and work at this old people's home, and he is noticing very strange things very quickly going on in this old people's home, and it takes quite some time there to be a bit of a reveal. But what is eventually revealed, and I'm going to have to give spoilers away here. And before I start like flagging this film off too much, I would actually recommend this. I want to say this is worth a watch because this is quite, although certainly disturbing and way too close to home for me now. This wasn't actually a bad watch. I actually found this quite unsettling, quite creepy, and there was some seriously creepy imagery in this film. There was a little bit of CGI chucked in, a little bit, but not too distracting. Okay, it wasn't too distracting. That scene, for example, there, the cutaway, you did see that was a little bit CGI, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. But once he eventually finds out what is going on in this film, we get quite a reveal. And there you are, I don't want to show you too much of this. Let's just bring that back. Let me just bring that back. So he eventually finds out that once again, what these people are doing is they are taking the people that get sent to this old people's home and some of the old people in the old people's home themselves, and they extract what they call, I think they call it nectar. I can't remember exactly what they called it now. This fluid, which once again keeps them young and makes them horny and all this kind of stuff, and it's like a drug to them. But this has to be the most close to home one that I've ever seen, because they strap him down, and the way they extract it is by using a needle to go in through the eye, into the back of the eye, as that's where they say it is. And they extract it through that, literally word for word, exactly the same as this messed up conspiracy goes. I mean, conspiracy, I think we should just drop the word conspiracy and just say theory. Surely anything is a theory. If we have a theory, if we're investigating a murder and we have a murder suspect, it's not a conspiracy theory, is it? We've got reasons to look at this person. We've got some clues, things that lead in that person's direction. But yeah, knowing this stuff, I found this quite difficult to watch this, to be honest. But there is some enjoyment to be had there for sure. So I just saw my screen out. I would recommend this. The Home. I would give this a go. This is currently on Prime. It's a freebie to watch, and yeah, it's disturbing. And if you know about the whole Adrenochrome stuff, you're going to find this very hard to watch indeed. But I find it hard not to recommend it and say it is definitely worth a watch. And considering did I recognise anybody in this? I can't remember. Can't remember if I did recognise anybody in this at all. Apparently, people know Pete Davidson, the main guy. I didn't recognise him. But yeah, I would say go and check this out. But what I'd like to know is, are you aware of this whole Adrenochrome thing? Hit me up in the comments and just drop something in there. You may think it's complete load of rubbish. You may do, but I find it hard not to draw comparisons towards it when I see films like this. So if you enjoyed my little rantings, guys, my observations, hit me up with a like and a subscription. And yeah, drop me some comments down below. Let me know what you think. Even if you hate me and you think I'm talking a load of crap, just remember, this is my outlet. This is my therapy. This is where I rant. And if you would join me in having a rant, I would very much enjoy that. And if you've got any suggestions on any other films where this kind of crazy stuff goes on, because I'm sure there's thousands that I can't think of right now. I'm sure there's plenty where this theme runs through it. But if you've got any of those, drop them in the comments and I'll be sure to check them out. Till next time, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the rant. Hope you're having an amazing time. Great weekend. Fantastic week. All that jazz. And I'll see you again soon. Take care, guys.